CBS 6 News at 5:30 starts with a breaking news alert.
All right, getting breaking news in just now. As of about 5:22 p.m., VCU Alert sending out a notification on social media of a shooting near the Monroe Park campus there near downtown Richmond. They're advising people to go or stay indoors, avoid the area near the Altria Theater, as police are on scene right now. And Julie, this happened as graduations are going on.
Yeah, and that's what sources tell us, that Huguenot High School's graduation was going on nearby. We have several news crews on the way, and we are working in the newsroom to learn more information about this possible shooting on the VCU campus, so we will keep you up to date. We want to get back to that breaking news out of Richmond right now, where a shooting has been reported near Monroe Park and the Altria Theater. We have video just coming into the newsroom here. Sources are reporting that multiple people have been shot, and we do know that there is an alert from VCU asking students and staff to stay indoors and avoid the area.
And as far as that ceremony coming up at 7 o'clock, we're told people who may have been attending that are being advised to go back home and avoid that area, as Julie just said. Again, this video rather just coming into our newsroom. This all starting about 5:20 or so this evening. That's when the first alerts from VCU first started going out. Again, we'll stay on top of this, working hard to find out more about what happened here and what's going on. But again, this shooting reported on the Monroe Park campus of VCU near the Altria Theater. You were asked to avoid that area and stay away as police are on scene investigating.
CBS 6 News at 6 starts with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news is out of Richmond, where several people have reportedly been shot outside of a high school graduation ceremony. I'm Julie Bragg.
And I'm Bill Fitzgerald. It's all happening right outside the Altria Theater in the heart of the VCU Monroe Park campus. Our Maggie Marshall is live there at the scene. She joins us live with the very latest. Maggie?
Hey, Bill, this scene would be described as chaotic right now from multiple people who are out here. I'm told from Crime Insider sources that at least 5 people have been injured. At least 4 of those people have been shot. I want you to take a look at what it looks like right now. Police have completely taped off Monroe Park right now, which is right outside of the Altria. Dozens of law enforcement are here on scene, as well as multiple EMS units. We've seen stretchers out as well. Now, I'm told from RPS school board members that the shooting took place sometime between the Huguenot High School graduation getting out and the Thomas Jefferson graduation beginning to start. I just spoke to a person who was a merchant outside of the Altria. She tells me that she has heard fireworks before, she's heard gunshots before, but she's never heard anything like this. She said it was chaotic. People were getting trampled, running back inside again, because this was taking place right as this high school graduation was ending. Now, again, law enforcement are completely surrounded the 4-sided corners of Monroe Park. They've completely taped off this area here. Again, we're told from Crime Insider sources at least 5 people have been injured in this incident. I also, when I got on scene here, I saw multiple law enforcement with their AR-15s drawn, running in the opposite direction of the park. You know, a very, very chaotic scene here right now. The people that were around this area during this time tell me they were very, very frightened by what happened. They heard multiple loud booms.
Now, we spoke with school board member Jonathan Young, who was at the Altria Theater at the time of the shooting, and here's what he had to say.
We're exiting the Altria Theater to proceed to arrive with their loved ones in Monroe Park just across the street when Superintendent Jason Cameras and I, along with my colleagues on the school board, when we heard a series of perhaps 20 consecutive, what initially sounded like fireworks, presumably now because of the police response and it's an active crime scene, gunshots. Still can't authenticate. What I can share with you is that it prompted a mad rush, as you would expect, to stampede back inside the Altria Theater. And God bless our first responders.
Our John Burkett is on Floyd Avenue, where he has said he saw police take a man into custody. And John, I understand you're standing by right now. You have some new numbers for us.
I'm told, Bill, by sources, and multiple sources have confirmed this, they say at least 5 victims, gunshot victims, 3 of which have life-threatening injuries, 2 of which are in grave condition, I am told, at this hour, and 2 shooters are in custody. I am also told about that by multiple Crime Insider sources. I don't know if we've reported this already, but I'll go ahead and relay this right now. I got a text message saying that Thomas Jefferson was supposed to graduate after this ceremony at Huguenot High School at the Altria Theater. That has been canceled. So, folks, in that graduation ceremony, it has been postponed at this time. They'll provide further information when they get a new venue for that graduation ceremony. So, again, the latest update about victims here: 5 confirmed victims from this shooting that happened outside the Altria Theater this afternoon, 3 of which are life-threatening. 2, I am told, are in grave condition.
All right, John, thank you so much. We're going to let you get back to working your sources. We want to check back in with our Elizabeth Holmes, who, as John mentioned, is a little bit closer to the scene, closer to Monroe Park. What's the latest there, Elizabeth?
Well, Julie, we actually just saw Chief Rick Edwards. I'm not sure if he's still in this location, but you can see there's a heavy police presence on the left side of the Altria Theater there. We just saw him on the scene. And when I got here about 30 minutes ago, we were parked in the Carver neighborhood. We saw Henrico law enforcement and Virginia State Police here. So I said this earlier in the show, this is the biggest police presence I've seen in all of Richmond. Definitely a scary scene as well. We talked with someone who was out here, a girl named Naomi and her mother. They were out here selling flowers and gifts for graduates who were going to graduate and celebrate their graduation at the Altria Theater. She said they sold these items and they saw people happy and joyful walking into the theater, and then saw those same people running out, screaming, crying, running for their lives. She said that they were trampled, and that Naomi, she went over and grabbed her mother and just stayed with her, having an anxiety attack here. You know, when we were walking up trying to assess the scene, we had multiple people calling their loved ones saying, "Where are you? Where are you? Are you in the building? Are you not in the building?" Definitely a scary scene here. You can see, actually, I'm going to point, you can see all the flowers and all the gifts. This was supposed to be a really happy day for a lot of graduates, and it has turned into something absolutely scary. We'll be sure to keep you updated as we learn more. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to y'all for now.
All right, thank you for that, Elizabeth. You're watching officials now who are approaching the podium. We were going to get an update from police, as Julie just said, to find out exactly what they can tell us, both about the victims, about the suspects. Again, 2 dead tonight in what is a tragic moment for Richmond at a school ceremony. Once that ceremony had ended for Huguenot High School, that is when this all began. It was just after 5 o'clock this afternoon. Another ceremony for Thomas Jefferson canceled. School for Richmond's public schools tomorrow canceled. Again, you're watching Acting Police Chief Rick Edwards approach the area where he is expected to tell us to fill in all of these huge blanks that we have. What happened? You see Superintendent Jason Camrus there, school board members flanking him. You see him in his gown.
Mayor Lamar Stoney as well. Yes, he's still
there,
in his gown from the ceremony.
And again, just a terrible juxtaposition of images tonight. And again, this is Acting Police Chief Rick Edwards for Richmond, who's going to tell us, hopefully, what we need to know so far. Let's listen in.
Richmond. Today, at the Huguenot High School graduation, we had 3 off-duty officers working security inside. We had 7 officers working on Belvedere to provide traffic control. At 5:13 p.m., officers inside the venue at 6 North Laurel reported hearing gunshots outside. They responded, notified folks on their radio. Responding officers on the traffic detail responded behind me and found multiple victims suffering from gunshot wounds.
Thank you, Chief. Folks, as the Chief stated, there are many details that we can't provide at this moment, and we'll provide that at 9 o'clock. I just want to begin by first providing prayers to the families involved here. not just to those who may have been victims of this, but also those children. Children were involved here at a graduation. So words that come to mind right now that this is tragic, but also traumatic, because this is their graduation day.
Good evening, everyone. This is supposed to be a joyous day when our kids walk the stage and get their diploma, which is what they all did here for Huguenot today. And walked out the doors into their families and friends' arms, taking pictures. And then this tragedy occurred. I don't have any more words on this. I'm tired of seeing people get shot, our kids get shot, and I beg of the entire community to stop, to just stop. Our kids can't take it, our teachers can't take it, our families can't take it anymore. I beg of you to stop. Thank you.
We are beginning to hear from people. We heard from School Board member Jonathan Young and his witness account. We also have an account from another witness to share with you.
Where a lot of people are gathering and bullets are just flying all around the place. Like, it's terrifying. It is terrifying. It's definitely traumatic. It's very traumatic, and just a lot of people crying everywhere, a lot of, you know, screaming, and just terrible, terrible, senseless. Well, actually, I had just parked my car, and I heard just a ring of shots. My nephew's friend's father was one of the victims. So it's just definitely shaking everyone up. So just mind-boggling that whoever did this thought that this was a time and place to do it.
And that pretty much sums up the sentiment of everyone that is associated with that ceremony, or responding, or living, or working, or walking in that area tonight, that it just doesn't make any sense. It's a tragic night. 2 people have lost their lives. 5 others suffer from gunshot wounds. We're told at least one of those is critical. And 5 other people suffered other injuries in the melee, in the crush that followed. So you had the shots, you had people hit by gunfire, and then you had what must have just been an awful stampede, chaos, people trying to run back inside.
And some of those victims, of course, taken to VCU Medical Center right there on campus. Our Joy Foltz joins us live from there with the very latest. Joy?
Yeah, Julie, absolutely tragic, like you and Bill and everyone has been saying, but we arrived at the hospital around 5:40 this evening, and when we first arrived, we saw several ambulances to my right. They've moved us a little bit, about a block away from where we originally were, but we saw several ambulances rush off. We also saw medical staff rush into the building. There was also VCU police officer, regulating the traffic at the emergency entrance. Now, off camera, we spoke with an employee of the building who says they got the first text from the VCU alert system around 5:16, reading shooting, Core Monroe Park campus, go indoors, stay indoors, and avoid the area. Police on scene. They received another alert at 5:22, instructing them to continue to stay indoors. They received another alert after that at 5:49, saying there was a heavy police presence.
We're going to continue covering this story. We've got multiple crews out in the field tonight. We'll also bring you that 9 o'clock news update live.
That's right. We'll have that coverage for you, and continuing coverage tonight at 11. Keep it right here on air and online.